Alrighty, we'll go ahead and get started. Thank you everybody for joining. This shouldn't take too much of your time today, about 25 minutes or so. I'm just going to go over some of the current limitations of on-premise systems, and then we'll jump into some tools and services that we offer to go ahead and combat that. Some of you may be familiar with our product offering. Some of you may be new to it, so we'll kind of cover a bunch of stuff here. And if you have any questions, there's a Q&A box on the top of the screen. It should be under the little menu there. Just go ahead and send in any questions, and then we'll address those towards the end of the call. So today's topic: limitation of on-premise devices in a world of cloud solutions. What are on-premise devices? By the look of the list here, from everybody that I know, at least, more than familiar with what an on-premise system is. Large boxes in network closets, lots of cabling. You have your PBX, you have your voicemail server, music on hold, servers, and a whole bunch of other jazz in there that takes up a bit of space, as well as maintenance time on your end. We all know they're bulletproof. There's systems out there that have probably been around for 20+ years, and they're still going well. Thousands still in service. So not only on the legacy type system, but there's a lot of IP on premise. And large organizations still use them, right? So NBC, Mobile, Louisville, U.S. Bank, Macy's, State Farm Corporate, Red Roof, and just to name a few. But as you all know, tons and tons of these out there. How they fall short, though. So businesses need to be both internal and external. We have some added expenses that go along with that, right? So you have your equipment, staffing, etc. You're going to have some type of on-site champion, per location, pretty much, to at least do some simple moves, adds, and changes on there. On the customer side, the incremental maintenance fees that they're going to have to pay. So again, for the larger moves, adds, and changes, it can become a little bit more difficult for them to navigate through. For the most part, they won't include remote workers or mobile employees, at least not in a simple fashion. Some of them may be a little bit more complex to manage on that side of things. Now you have a few of the options of previous providers that have exited the system. Nortel, 2013, they were the giant. And most recently, Toshiba and Samsung actually got out of the on-prem world, or out of the business entirely. Now you can do some SIP enhancements to these. So if they wanted to kind of run somewhat of a hybrid type environment, at first they could. So I'm sure, again, by looking at the list of attendees on here, a lot of you have done our bundle promos with SIP. So if it's a legacy system and they have some type of analog or PRI cards that they need to run SIP trunking into, we can include the gateways free of charge on that. So it's nice for them to transition into SIP. It'll save them some money right off the bat, much cheaper than POTS lines. And then it makes the transition into a completely hosted environment much easier. Some of the things that we've been seeing, we ran a couple of polls, internally here, and a lot of customers that are, kind of easy on the transition side. Veterinarian clinics, as well as doctors' offices. They have a ton of small systems in there, and it's kind of, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They're not even realizing they're spending, $200-300 on, a couple of phone lines, and then with the maintenance side of that. So nice ones to take a look at. Any multi-location business is going to benefit from transitioning into a cloud system, right? It's one throat to choke on that. You don't have multiple systems in places. Routing, disaster recovery becomes a lot easier for them. Older companies that are just out there, again, not taking a look at their bills, just paying them every month. They can save a lot of money when it comes to this side of it. Companies that are acquiring others really benefits because you can add up, extensions and spin up new locations pretty much instantly. And our all-time favorite, right, the new customers. So getting some of that new blood in there. Understanding your customers' needs when it is time, or to see if it's even an option for them. Pretty much just explaining the efficiency and ease of use of a cloud system, speed to implement. We've had in the last 3 weeks just a countless number of instant turn-ups that had to be done for customers that were on systems before. So they were on-premise systems, and now, their world kind of shut down on them, and they had to all start working from home. Their current systems couldn't handle it. They just didn't want to be forwarding calls to cell phones and whatnot. So we have spun up a ton of new businesses on that with the current situation that we're all facing here. Continuing to drive their business forward. I mean, that's a big part on that side of it. And then optimizing the new normal. So how are they staying connected? Features that help that. You're going to have the soft phone with mobile apps. You have collaboration. You have chat with SMS texting, call rerouting. If you haven't seen our hosted platform, so if you haven't ran through a demo with that, or you just want to take a deeper dive, my suggestion is reach out to your channel account manager. If you don't have one yet, you can reach out through the marketing email that was sent out with the invite, and we can set you up with somebody to walk you through a demo on that and really take a deep dive into how the system works, new features and upgrades that we've released actually in the last few weeks. So that'll help out to learn as well. How unified communications work. If you've been on the previous weeks of webinars, you have seen this graphic that I have on the side here. So it starts off at the top with the carriers. Then it'll hit either a public internet or a private cloud. From there, it's going to go right into our data centers. We have one here in St. Louis, another one in Trumbull, Connecticut. And each one of those data centers mirrored. You have your high availability cores, session border control access, calling features, voicemail, conferencing, messaging gateways, auto attendance, and they're mirrored in each one of those sites. So if something were to happen in any one of those data centers, it'll automatically fail over to the other. Once it leaves those data centers, it goes back into either a private cloud environment or the public internet, at that point hitting your customers. So just depending on how they wanted to have that set up at that point, we could do as well. Maintenance and upgrades are included as part of their monthly subscription. So upgrade of firmwares to phones, as well as any upgrades on the platform that we do. They're all they're all scheduled, or not scheduled. I'm sorry. They're all included on that. If we do have any major upgrades, we will be sending out a note every about a week before, letting folks know, hey, we're going to be changing this, and this is the way it's going to look now, and just to give them a heads up on those changes for them. Your customers pay one monthly fee. We'll deliver the service right to them, of course. Going back to what I had said, they always have the latest and most up-to-date software, so either on their apps, computer software, or the phones. We're hosted solutions excel, so solving disasters. So let's go back into, a hurricane or a tornado, floods, snow days, things that can't make it, or it's not easy for you to get into the office. You can still work from home in all those cases. You have your work from home initiatives, which are becoming a new norm right now. Growth in new locations, we can spin up phone numbers instantly. They can, have no delay on getting their numbers up and running for their business cards, letterhead, whatever they needed to do. Expand the perception of being a large organization. Can't tell you how many, 4 or 5 seat accounts we have, and they will actually make it seem when you call into that it seems like there is 100 people in that office, right? Thank you for calling ABC Company, and then goes a crazy auto attendant. Some of them a little too long for my liking, but definitely if that's what they're looking to do, it can make that happen for them. How to discuss these solutions with your customers. So positioning yourself as an ally and supporter of the customer, right? Share how other companies are making the transition. So again, by the list that I'm seeing here, a lot of you have, transitioned customers from on-premise systems over to a cloud. If you haven't, right? So let's say this is something that you're starting to do now. Reach out to your channel account manager, and they'll be able to actually go ahead and, go over a couple of different scenarios that they've had, and at least it gives you a, just a better idea of how that works. Best practices of deployment and cloud management, just how quickly, how easy it's able to do. You're able to have a single sign-on, so you can manage everything directly from there. Explaining that there's several solutions, right? So maybe they're not ready to get rid of their on-prem. Maybe they just want to stick to the SIP side, but it's always good to let them know that there's both on there. When your customers are ready, so partner with the trusted advisors to help support your customer. One of the nice things on here that we've learned, if they have an IT company, right? So let's say that you're just doing the phones. It's always good to get that IT vendor or IT person, maybe on a demo first, and let them know what you're doing, right? Because I've seen a lot of situations where IT person wasn't really too much involved in the decision, and since you're putting this over his network, it's always nice to bring them on. They're going to like what we have to offer, right? And I'm sure some of you do just IT work as well, so it's, at least you're being included right from the beginning. Definitely helps the situation out. And again, you can reach out to your channel manager, you can reach out to myself, and we can go ahead and run those demos for them. Giving multiple solutions, not just one. So giving them choices, again, if they wanted to stick to the SIP or go with the hosted, whatever they wanted to do, we're able to help out there. Make them aware of any added expenses and benefits that they're able to get from this. And the speed to market and execution. So again, if we needed to, do something and we need to go live by Monday, okay, just depending on the amount of users, we've put some tools in place to make it very possible for that to happen. Now, it's really just kind of figuring out, engaging what they're looking for, but definitely reach out to your channel manager, then we can reach out to our provisioning teams. Sorry about that, I didn't set my phone to voicemail. We can reach out to the provisioning teams and get a feel for, estimated time frames on there. We will be doing additional webinars within the upcoming weeks. The one that we're actually going to do next week, we actually just changed that today. So it was going to be mining your clients for incremental business. The one we're doing next week is going to run through the entire offering of our hosted solution. So everything on how the pricing and plans work, to how the mobile apps work, how the desktop app works, which phones we feel are the best, which phones we feel are the best, features that you're able to do on the phones, call recording, eFax, collaboration, contact center, anything and everything through our hosted platform, you're going to see next week on their webinar. So those are going to be nice. Look out for that email. Some of the other ones, how to prevent losing customers, building customer-centric solutions, how small and medium-sized businesses are benefiting from unified communications. This one's interesting. So how now's one of the better times for the installations. There's nobody in offices right now. It's simple for you to go in there, go ahead and plug phones in. Of course, disinfect the area that you're working. Go in, plug those phones in, and have zero disruption on the customer side, which is really nice. Contact center is also going to be one, so our cloud contact center solution. So we're going to run through that, how the IVRs work. There's chat integration. We have email integration on that coming up soon too. So there's a lot of nice features on that. So that one's going to take that one's going to be a little bit longer, right? So that one's going to be anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes, along with the one next week. What I really wanted to gauge out of this one was you know, reach out to your manager, reach out to your account managers. There's a lot of new stuff that we actually added into the management portals that may help. We released a marketing portal, so I'm not sure if some of you are aware on that, but you're able to brand your own collateral. So a lot of cool new things that we have going. Does anybody have any questions based on anything that I went over? Yes, we can send you a copy of the webinar. So in a PDF format like that, you have it for your records there. All right. Yeah. So on the management portal, we can go ahead and set a call with your channel manager. They'll get me on the call if we have to, if it's going to be a little bit more technical, but they can definitely walk you through all the new enhancements that we put on there. And if you're not familiar with it at all, you're going to learn a lot on that call, so it's going to be nice. Like I said, we were going to keep this one short and sweet today, but please, if you have any questions, just reach out to your channel manager. That marketing email that this was sent from, or if you have my contact info, just reach out to me, and we can get going for you. Again, guys, thank you all for joining. Please be safe out there, and yeah, have a great rest of your day. Thank you. Bye-bye.